Hi my Sage Beauties, welcome back. So glad to see you. It's time for a little Saturday slay, and this week we're going to be talking about one of my favorite categories of makeup, which is eyeshadow. Now, I basically collect eyeshadow palettes at this point. I mean, I love eyeshadow. I love doing eyes. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should if you're not, you'll see I definitely do a lot of really dramatic eyes. I love, you know, a Middle Eastern inspired like Arabic eye. I love trying bold colors. I do warm tones, cool tones. I basically try to mix it up. I don't even have like a go-to eye look because I try to do something a teeny bit different every single day, especially because I have so many palettes. And when it comes to eyeshadow, I'm like, put on some eyeshadow. You know what? You need some eyeshadow. Everything will be fine. Buy a palette. So I'm really excited to talk about some of my favorite tips and tricks for eyeshadow application. And a lot of times when I am wearing makeup, people will tell me, oh, well, you have really big eyes, you have a lot of lid space, so you can wear eyeshadow. But sometimes that can actually work against you, because if you don't know how to cut a crease or blend or really create depth in your eye when you do have a lot of lid space or a prominent eye like I do, it can be a big old mess. You're gonna end up looking like a raccoon in the garbage. Like, it can go very wrong very quick. So when you do have a lot of lid space, you actually have to spend a little bit more time so that you don't look like a possum, pretty much. You don't want to look like a full-on Monet, essentially. Like, from far away you're okay, but up close you're a big old mess. So today we're gonna be sharing why I love my latest palette. And in 2018, towards the end of 2018, so many palettes dropped. Like, literally every week a palette was dropping. I was like, okay, y'all need to slow down because occasionally I have to pay bills. Like, literally a palette dropped almost every single week towards the end of 2018. It was like everyone was doing the most. But I would say one of my top favorites that dropped was the Naked Cherry palette. Love this packaging, and you can kind of take a peek right now if it would open, and you can see how cute she looks. Are these great colors for Valentine's Day? Yes, but at the same time you can wear them anytime. So this isn't necessarily a Valentine's Day tutorial, but I just really wanted to use this palette because it's so pretty. And yes, it's February. Happy Black History Month. And these colors are just really fun. They work on lots of different skin tones. They look great on brown girls. So this is what we're going to be working with today. Now, in order for this video not to be too long, I did do a little bit of pre-work. So I've already prepped my eye area with concealer. I've used the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer in the shade Toasted Almond. Quick disclaimer about this concealer and my shade. My correct shade was usually peanut butter. That's what I'll use under my eyes, but I actually like a very bright under eye, and I really like my lid to pop because I have a lot of discoloration on my eyelids. So I go a shade down or so to Toasted Almond. This is 20G. So it's goldeny and it's just light enough that it gives me that nice pop. Like, I like a Kim K bright under eye. No games are being played. I've also already done my brows. I've used my Anastasia Brow Pomade in Auburn because I changed my hair color. And then I set it with the Kat Von D Brow Powder in Walnut. This is my favorite brow duo at the moment. After I prep my eyes with concealer, I use the Huda Easy Bake Powder in Kanafa. This is my highlighting shade, and then when I want something to use all over, I use Cinnamon in Huda's powder, and I really love this. It like lasts so long. Oh my god. And I did put a teeny bit of foundation on. Normally, I never do my complexion first. I always do my eyes first, so that way I don't have to worry about fallout. I can be as messy as I want, and then I can go in, perfect the under eye, and then smoke out my lash line without messing up all of the work I did on my face and everything else. So that's why I only have a teeny bit of complexion. I don't have a full beat on. I just have a little bit of my Huda Full Filter Foundation. This is in Nutmeg, and I put a little bit of bronzer. That's it. I can always go back and, you know, finish the full complexion after I do the eyes. But I wanted us to have a nice canvas, nice simple semi-perfected canvas, and then you'll see how the eyes bring it all together. And one more thing. I've already prepped my lips as well with my fresh Advanced Lip Therapy. That's another fave. Okay, so we're ready to go. So always, 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 when you're going to do your eye makeup, make sure you prep the eyelid. Yes, you need eye primer. Yes, you're going to need some concealer. And there seems to be this debate over whether or not you should use primer or concealer. I actually use a little bit of both. I will even out my eyelid with concealer, and then if I know I'm going to be using glitters, shimmers, heavily pigmented colors, maybe a pressed pigment, I'll then add my current favorite primer, which is the glitter primer from NYX. Yes, this is for glitter, but it also works great with eyeshadow in general. So if I'm doing a cut crease, or I know I'm going to go with something really dramatic on the lid, I'll actually put this on top of my eyelid after I've done the concealer, and it does not move. Like, I use this for everything. I even put it on my brows before I do my brows. It's amazing, and I think it's only around like $6 or something. I bought this at Ulta. So we're gonna start with popping this baby open, and like almost every full-size palette from Urban Decay comes with a cool double-ended brush. These brushes are amazing. They last forever. I have brushes from like 3 years ago from palettes that I've bought from them that I'm still using literally on a daily basis. So they are amazing. So we have our brush in here, but I'm going to start with my favorite crease brush. Just going to check and make sure there's nothing on here. Yes, this is my Sephora tapered crease brush. It's number 19. It's probably my favorite crease brush. I have 3 of them. It has a nice long handle, and I love the way it blends. So this is the crease brush. If you see me in any video or on Instagram, this is the crease brush that I'm most likely is going to be in my right hand. So when I start doing my eyes, what I usually start with, one of my favorite tricks is to start with a matte transition shade, but I actually like to build up my transition shade. So I'll start with something really light. Like in this palette, look at these. This palette is so pretty. God, it's so pretty. So now I'm going to start with Juicy. I'm going to start with this color right here, Juicy. And can we talk about the brush tap thing? Everyone on YouTube loves to do that, the tap thing here on the palette. Don't do that. It's actually not good for your brush. Constantly hitting your brush over time will damage your brush. If you want to tap off your brush, and makeup artists just do this. We just do that away from the client. You don't need to hit your brush, you know, your $30 brush against something to tap off the excess. So we're gonna, in 2019, we're gonna stop. We're just gonna tap off to the side like this, okay? So I don't have a viewfinder since I film on my phone. I'm gonna use this mirror. So what I usually do is I just go in right at the crease. Now, you're probably wondering, where do I find my crease? You need to look straight ahead. The best advice I ever got about doing makeup was from a makeup artist named Julio Sandino. You need to follow him on Instagram. He's amazing. I've known him for years. And the best advice he gave me about makeup years ago was do your makeup with your eyes open. And I always tell every client that. Do your makeup with your eyes open, because you need to see where you're placing your color. Especially when you're using something like this that has some boss pigment. So I'm basically just following the natural curve of where my crease is. So think of your crease as that little pocket that naturally happens when you open your eye. See, when you close your eye, it goes away. When you open it, you see that little pocket. That's your crease. So if you have a very prominent eye or an almond-shaped eye like me, that's how you're going to find your crease. I have an almond-shaped eye. Thanks, Dad. But I also have a lot of lid space. Thanks, Mom. So I make sure to really blend into the crease. Like, I spend a lot of time, and also just slow strokes, not a lot of pressure. When you hold your brush like this, it's great for when you're working on a smaller area and you really want to deposit pigment. But loosen up your hand. Hold your brush a little bit further down. and just do lighter pressure, and it'll blend out much more easily. And you can take your time. I think it's important to take your time, especially with your transition shade. So now we're going to go into the other eye. And this is basically how I do my eyes in the morning. If you guys want a get ready with me video, just leave a comment below. I would love to do a video like that. Maybe get ready to go to work, get ready to go to brunch look. Like, let me know. Maybe you have a special occasion coming up and you're not sure. Leave a comment below, and I'd love to create a look to kind of inspire you to try something for your special occasion. So if you want brunch looks, if you want going to work looks, if you want hitting the club looks, letting me know. Are we still going to clubs anymore? Yeah, I think we are. We are. So, and I actually like to blend all the way to the inner corner. And I kind of just like I follow the curvature of my brow. That's why I always do my brows first before I do my shadow. It provides a nice frame, and I know how far out to take my shadow. So as you can see, we're already starting to create some cool shape. So now that I've applied Juicy, this guy right here, again, I like to build up my transition color. So I'll use a lighter transition color, then a medium, then we go in. So the next color I'm probably going to use is Bing. This like hot pink color. Pink is actually one of my favorite colors in general. So using a pink palette is amazing to me. It's like a pink with a little bit of a plummy undertone. So this I'm actually not going to take all the way in. I'm going to take it almost all the way in to the crease. And you can see we're just defining it. I'm just slowly brushing it out. And I'm using the same brush. I don't actually switch brushes until I go into my outer V. So, and if you guys also want to do a cut crease look, those are actually my favorite eye looks to do. So there will be a tutorial on cut crease looks coming very soon, especially because Valentine's Day is coming. Do you guys like Valentine's Day? Because I love Valentine's Day. I especially love the candy on sale February 15th. No lie. Don't play yourself. You know you do too. So we're going to put Bing in there. And you can see everything's starting to pop as it is. Really love it. So now I'm going to take a different brush. I'm actually going to take the brush in the palette. And I'm going to take a little bit of a darker shade. I'm going to take the darkest shade, which is Privacy. I'm going to take this side of the brush. And I'm just going to work on my outer V, this little corner here. We're just going to put literally, you're going to look and see where the arch of your brow is. That's how far you're going to bring it in, just to where the arch of your brow is. That, again, this is why doing your brows before your makeup is so important, because this is your framework. This is your guideline. You cannot get lost if you use your brows as your frame. And I'm using a scarf today to pull my hair back because I was going to do a headband, but I just feel like scarves are more fun and I collect them. So this one actually came from Asia. It was a gift. It's one of my faves. So we're just going to literally create a triangle and we're going to blend it inward. But again, just to where the arch of the brow is. And I'm trying to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm not holding my brush. I'm keeping a very loose hand just in the middle. And again, don't use a lot of pressure because you want to make sure that you're not depositing too much product that you're going to have to like be like, oh no, there's like too much or I can't blend it out. So light pressure and just take your time. And you have a little roadmap. Use your brow as your roadmap. So you only take it that far. And I'm pretty heavy-handed on this outer V section. I like it to look super dark. If I sometimes, even at the end, I'll go back in and just deepen it up a little bit after I've cut my crease or put my lid color. Then I'm going to take this, flip it over the other end, and I'm just going to lightly run this dark shade on the lower lash line. There we go. So pretty. Oh my goodness. So pretty. And I actually do my bottom lash line smoke out in stages because, again, I would still have to do my full complexion, my highlighting, and concealing. Alright, so now we're going to take my other brush. This is my clean brush. Same Sephora crease number 19. It's nice and clean. And I'm just going to gently, in circular motions, start to soften up some of these edges. Some of these edges. There we go. And as you can see, we're already building up this beautiful look. This is easy. If you do it in steps and use your brows as a guide, you're going to be fine. I am going to go back in and just deepen this up because one thing people don't really tell you about eyeshadow is that after you blend out your dark colors, sometimes you lose a little bit of the depth and intensity. So you have to go back in and just very lightly add a little bit more color. So you have to blend and then build. Blend and then build. Okay. And of course these shadows go on like butter. Like it's Urban Decay. So let me know also in the comments if you guys snagged the original Naked palette before it was discontinued. I have two. I love that palette. Now I saw something on Instagram that there should be a new Naked, original Naked, like Naked Reloaded coming, but I haven't seen a date, so we'll talk about that when it drops. Hopefully it'll drop in the spring. Be one of my birthday presents to myself. Okay, I'm just gonna lightly deepen up on the bottom here. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now we're gonna go in and do the lid. The lid is actually my favorite part because this is like when we start with the drama. So I'm gonna take this color called Young Love. Young Love. Now, what you can spray a little setting spray on your brush when you're using these shimmery or satiny colors. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Carez spray. This is the face spray. Just a little bit. Oh, this brush had a little bit of gray on it. Oh no. Oh no. That was good. I always double check because I have multiples of the same brush if I really like it. So I'm like, oh, I did gray this week. Let me just double check. So we're going to take Young Love and we're going to go right on the lid. Right here. And now I'm going a little quicker and applying a little bit more pressure. And you can see I'm holding my brush further up because I really want to lay down this pigment, have a little bit more control, and build it up. And I'm working on a smaller area. I'm just working on the inner V. There we go. Young Love is so pretty. Now this might give you a slight cut crease effect, but we're going to save that lesson for next time. So we're just going to literally, again, we're going to go just to the center right here where the arch of the brow is. That's your measuring point. There we are. And this is a nice flat stiff synthetic brush from Pinky Rose. Low key, high key, their brushes are amazing. So they're super affordable. They work well with liquids and creams. Oh my god, they're so good. Now we're also going to take a little bit just on the inner corner here of Young Love. It's this shimmery pink that I'm pretty obsessed with. There we go. Okay, now we're going to go back in and just do another quick blending. Honestly, you can't blend too much. It's always good after you put that lid color to just do a quick once over to soften the edges before you go into your brow color. And now we're going to do the brow highlight. The brow highlight. Again, I'm going to take another pinky rose brush. This is F28. And I'm going to take this color, Bang Bang. Now, again, when it comes to brow highlight, it's very easy to be extra AF. I like a nice, bright brow highlight. So just right here, I'm going to put a little bit. I'm going to concentrate it mostly towards the outer edge. And when I put the brow highlight, I feel like that's when I know that they are coming together. The whole eye look is coming together, because then my brows really pop and I'm like, yes, I see you, sis, looking fabulous. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay, great. So this is where we are right now. I'm going to take this same brush also, take the Bang Bang, and just lighten up the inner corner just a little bit. Just a teeny bit, right with the very tip of the brush. There we are. Fabulous. Okay, so at this point you can add a little bit more on the bottom if you like it really dramatic. And so if we really wanted to go in, we could do a little bit more. But this is also the part where we would do the liner. And now I'm going to take my angled liner brush and my LA Girl gel liner and do the bottom. Now I have a very specific way of doing my liner depending on the look. Like, I love winged liner, but when I do the bottom, I do a cream liner on the waterline and then I do the wing on top. That's just my method. If you want to do your wing and then do the bottom, you can, but this is how I normally would do my liner. So I'm using the LA Girl gel liner, which I was totally falling asleep on. I really, really like it. And it's one of the few drugstore liners I've tried that hasn't given me a really bad allergic reaction. So I always get really quiet when I do my liner. Like, it becomes very, very zen for me. So that is the bottom. I know everyone loves a smoky bottom lash line, and I do too, but there is something to be said for just a tight line on the waterline. I love the way that looks so much. And now I'm going to use my Tarteist double take liner. One side is a pencil, one side is the liquid. The liquid lasts forever. The pencil tends to go very quick, but this has been my go-to ride or die liner for over 6 months, and I can't stop buying it. I absolutely love it. So here we go. Yes, I do my liner freehand. Yes. So when I do my liner, I start from the outside in and just gently fill it in. This liner is almost done, so if it doesn't read as jet black on camera, that's why I need a refill. So just draw your wing inward and then start filling in from there. I actually like to go back and forth in sections. And this liner stays all day. I love it. Yes. Alrighty, so this would be the part where you would either add lashes or mascara. I normally just wear lashes. I don't often wear mascara. I just pop on my Lily lashes and it's a wrap. And then you would finish your complexion. So if you guys really enjoyed this look, if you have any questions, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and then comment. And be sure to leave a comment about what you liked about this look, if you want more looks like this, or if you just want to say hi, because I need to know. Kiki, do you love me? Will you ride with me? Will you never ever leave from beside me? So leave a comment below. If you guys want get ready with me, if you want an advice video, if you want a brow tutorial or a full face from beginning to end video, leave a comment below. If you're watching me on IGTV, be sure to follow me. If you're watching me on YouTube, remember, subscribe, like, and leave me a sweet comment. All right, I'll see you guys next week, and I love you. Bye.